The situation here in Nepal is extremely serious. The Red Cross is very concerned about the fate of hundreds of thousands of people living outside of the Kathmandu Valley. This earthquake struck a vast area. Many people are living in rural communities who are cut off from any aid assistance. They need urgent medical treatment. Thousands of homes have been destroyed. 8 million people here have been affected by this disaster, and over 1 million people have been displaced from their homes. The Red Cross is doing a number of things to support people affected by the earthquake. We've launched a major international emergency appeal. We have support coming in from Red Cross national societies around the world. We have medical teams coming in. We have relief materials coming in. But the Nepal Red Cross has been here obviously since day one. They have a huge footprint. They have now over 2,000 volunteers who have been deployed to support on this emergency. They're working in every affected district, distributing relief materials, providing medical care to survivors. But we have to remember that they themselves have been affected. Everyone has been caught up in this disaster. A number of volunteers have tragically lost their lives, and everyone is still sleeping on the streets effectively in Kathmandu because of the aftershocks. They're still scared. Aid is getting through. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the Nepal Red Cross has been here since day one of this disaster distributing aid. They've reached over 19,000 families. All their stocks have gone out to the affected districts and been distributed around areas of the Kathmandu Valley. The challenge is mobilizing sufficient aid in the volume that is required here. As I said, 8 million people have been affected. 3.5 million people need food assistance. The Nepal Red Cross has a huge presence in the country, and they're going to be playing a primary role in the overall relief response. But we have to bring in additional supplies as the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement from overseas. And we're doing that from our logistics hubs in places like Kuala Lumpur and also Dubai. And we're bringing in medical equipment and medical teams from Norway and Canada and Japan. Search and rescue teams from the Philippines, and regional disaster response teams, water and sanitation equipment from around Asia. There are many logistical challenges with launching such a major relief operation here in Nepal. One of them is that the airport is very small. It has a limited capacity to receive international cargo flights. So some of our flights have been diverted to other airports in the region. Now, because of that, we're looking at alternatives, bringing in aid overland from places like India, possibly China, and even Bangladesh, because we have to mobilize aid in a large volume. Now, in 2 weeks' time, we'll see a very different picture here. The aid will be flowing in much larger quantities. And understandably, people here are frustrated. They want help, and many communities haven't yet been reached. Other logistical problems are that many of the affected areas are in very remote areas. Infrastructure here is poor. The roads are poor. So in some areas we can only get in by helicopter to do assessments, but we can only actually take in relief on foot, which requires mobilizing local people to carry relief supplies up into mountain villages.